We got a bingo on our bingo card. I am so excited.
We got Smash Bros. DLC.
That we hadn't heard about before.
Reggie got in a fight with
Hungry Box. Yes.
The Star Fox Dumpy Info Dump
Yes,
happened.
That was huge.
A new Mario game.
Which I just now realized we got.
And an eShop surprise, or 2 or 3, but we're going with Earthbound Beginnings. Came out during E3.
Yes, so we got a bingo. Who the people? We the people.
You're watching Two Button Crew.
The daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is Scott.
And this is Simeon.
And we just got through with quite the E3 week.
Indeed. Indeed we have.
How'd you feel about it? Did you come out excited about Nintendo? Disappointed?
I was quite disappointed with Nintendo, and I'm kind of sad that we're only talking about Nintendo, but hey, Nintendo did have some cool things, and we're going to talk about them.
I think they did have some cool things. The presentation was pretty lacking. So
yes.
let's just get into that. The puppets that they went with, that was kind of a cool touch.
I liked it. It was a little creepy, but...
Starting out with the puppets was kind of funny, and I kind of liked how they got like the "my body is ready" joke and the "directly to you" joke out of the way in the first couple minutes.
Yes.
So we weren't just like waiting for that. And then Nintendo 64 push-ups was pretty funny. My Star Fox info dump prediction was correct.
Yes, indeed it was.
So this was kind of crazy.
What a dump it was.
And they're calling it Star Fox Zero. It seems like not a continuation, not a sequel, not a reboot. It just seems like at this point there's not really a Star Fox canon, unless it's alternate realities, kind of like Zelda, but it just has least continuity it's ever had.
Yeah, so, pretty much.
But I mean, they're even like reusing, we'll get into that in a Star Fox episode later, but then they did Skylanders and Amiibo collaboration, so that was kind of cool. That was like the only third-party game they showed in the whole press conference.
Which I thought was a little strange, but...
And then we had Zelda Triforce Heroes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks okay. I like the co-op idea, like using items on each other.
Mm-hmm. To do a little totem stack.
Yeah. What a weird approach, like graphically though, because they kind of copied A Link Between Worlds. But then there's all this weird like anime dancing and a bunch of text that goes across the screen and stuff.
Yeah. It was a little bit reminiscent of like Four Swords Adventures and stuff, but just a little bizarre style overall.
It's 3 swords now.
And 3 swords.
4 swords.
They should have just called it that.
Just too much.
Just too much.
And then Hyrule Warriors Legends, that was the official name, the one we did a 3DS episode on last week. And they did not even fix the sword popping in error that we pointed out.
Nope. They just stuck with the trailer. Of course, it probably would have been kind of a pain to redo the trailer. But yeah, seriously, the whole whoa, bloop. It just, I don't know. That to me is kind of unprofessional. But I mean, if that's the system limitations,
how does that get through proofing?
There's no proofing.
Then we had the big controversial announcement, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Yeah. So the series is back. That was a surprise. That's cool. I thought, they had to resurrect Metroid someday, and I even predicted it. But I never thought they would actually go back to Prime.
We had, the Metroid Prime trilogy, which is good. Then we had Metroid Prime Pinball. Yeah. And Metroid Prime Hunters. And Prime Hunters is just... I don't know, it's kind of a weird game, and I think that this is almost like a continuation of Prime Hunters. Like I said, like it's just, Prime is just another name for, we don't know where to put this, so we're just going to throw it into Prime so we can say it's part of that.
Right. And we're both really happy to see Metroid back, but I think we have kind of a difference of opinion in our reactions, so let's get into that tomorrow.
Yes.
So what did you think of when they showed Xenoblade Chronicles X for Wii U?
I'm sure if I would have seen or played like the original game, I would have been like, oh, this is a really cool trailer. But having not played the game, I did not understand a single thing that was going on in the trailer.
Well, I don't think Xenoblade has that big of a fan base right now, since it was such a rare game on Wii that we had to like fight for to get localized, and then it was in minimal shipments. And now it's only playable on the new 3DS, so players that have the older model still don't have access to it.
Right.
So I also haven't really gotten into the series at all, and I was kind of worried that this would be too complicated of a game for me to get into. Kind of like Monster Hunter. It just has this learning curve that is
huge.
Right. And sometimes I just don't feel like I have the time or the energy. And then on the complete opposite end of the complicated spectrum, there's this Animal Crossing spin-off. And it looks kind of like an Animal Crossing skin on a Mario Party game for babies. Like there's even less skills needed than with Mario Party games. I really like this idea. This may have been like my favorite thing from the actual press conference. Is quite the surprise that two RPGs were crossing over. We're talking about Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Yes.
So we got the Mario and Luigi series and the Paper Mario series crossing over. That's cool. They're both like really clever, fun, puzzly RPGs with like a lot of funny dialogue and humorous script and stuff. Really similar tones. So I think it's great to bring those two together. And I was very, very underwhelmed by Paper Mario Sticker Star. Didn't like the method of attacking or anything. Like your inventory was, or your attacks were in inventory. You could like run out of jumps or hammers and stuff.
That's kind of weird.
Didn't do it for me. So I really like both of these series, and I'm really excited to see how they come together.
The weird thing that's going to be is how they're going to, how theorists are going to come up with weird like timeline stuff when it comes to Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi. It's going to be interesting.
Paper Mario is like Mario's step grandson or something.
I guess so.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
Mario Maker looking really good as always, and it was dubbed Super Paper Mario last week. No, sorry.
I'm like, what?
So they renamed Mario Maker Super Mario Maker.
Super Mario Maker,
and it actually was born from the developers making such a comprehensive toolkit for themselves in level designing. And it's looking pretty awesome. Yeah,
and they basically just gave that to us, which is, well, I mean, we have to pay for it, obviously.
Yes.
But they're giving their tools that they use to us, which is really cool.
It is. And I'm not like a super level creative person myself, but I know that whenever any of those kits come out, then there's really good support from the community, and some really awesome creators always rise to the top and get featured, and we'll have access to a ton of really great stuff. And there's even going to be included in the game the levels that were played at the Nintendo World Championship.
Yes, which was awesome.
Yeah. Then at the end, there was like, the big reveal was release dates. Like, Super Mario Maker is coming out September 11th. And to me, I was mostly disappointed because I don't think of release dates as like a big reveal.
No.
Especially when we've seen almost all these games last E3 or in previous Nintendo Directs, and we've had launch windows for them. So I knew that Mario Maker would be coming out in a matter of months, so why would you end your press conference on that note?
That's just really just disappointing.
There's nothing really big this year.
No.
And I think it left a lot of fans sad about that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been Zelda, but it just wasn't ready, and Nintendo was probably pretty disappointed to hear that from the Zelda team as well, because I knew they'd be coming into this E3 pretty light. So they tried to make it up with like filler time of puppets and the whole Let's Super Mario videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's what they could have done, honestly, is held off the Super Smash Bros. Announcements for 2 more days, and everybody would have gone nuts over Ryu's official announcement.
Yes. Even though we knew he was already coming, he'd already been leaked several times in multiple fashions.
Yeah.
We already knew he was coming, but that Smash Brothers release video was so hype. We're going to talk about it in a later episode.
Yeah.
But that would have been like the perfect end to the press conference. And that's something, well, I mean, obviously we're disappointed in Nintendo, but that's something that Nintendo hasn't gotten down in the past couple of years, is ending off strong. They just kind of...
The last time I was just amazed by it was Metroid Other M 2009. And
it was like 6 years ago.
But they set a really good bar for themselves last year, I feel like, with an E3 press conference as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, kind of disappointed by this one, but we are getting some good games. Nintendo doesn't always present the best, but they rarely disappoint when a game actually launches.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Well, it was an exciting week last week, and we've got plenty of games to go in depth with throughout the rest of this week. So if you're not already, please subscribe to this channel, and we will be talking about some specific games.
Yes. And don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, most of all.
Thanks for being part of the crew.
Signing out.